Recently, I did a video talking about some of the strange atmospheric weather patterns and clouds that I had seen of recent. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. And I got some strange clips to show you guys in this video. One of them I put up on X, went viral. I also have some stuff about UFOs. You might have remembered back, what was it, 2023? You remember that whole thing where a UFO allegedly landed or crashed into somewhere in Las Vegas? You remember that whole story? Everyone was talking about it back then. Somebody said they saw something in their backyard. You remember that guy? Well, he's got a new video that came out. Something that's been happening more recently ever since then. We'll get into that story as well. And we actually have a number of others to get into, including Google Gemini, which I happen to use semi-regularly, but apparently it's got some interesting viewpoints on things. We'll get into that as well on the tail end and much more. Let's just get going here. Let's start with this weird red energy pulse in the Arctic. What is this? Let's check this out real quick. This is from Cam 209, Arctic Storm Event. They're saying 17. Check this out. That's crazy. I'm thinking like that weird planet on Chronicles of Riddick or something. It looks weird. That's for sure. Dang, bro. Could that be like light? Do they have lightning in the Arctic? I'm wondering. Can they? I don't know how this all works here. Okay, let's see what we got. Lightning. I'm sure they can in the Arctic. Can't spell. Arctic lights typically refer to aurora borealis. That's not what I'm referring to. How about actual lightning? Come on, tell me something, dude. This is Google Gemini, by the way. And like I said, I got something to say about it in a minute here at the end. Historically been vanishingly rare in the Arctic. So apparently it's extremely rare. Okay, well, do we got any red looking ones? That's kind of pinkish. What is this? Oh, that's weird looking. Doesn't look the same, does it? Not really. That's some crazy. Is that real? Dang, bro. That stuff looks crazy too. I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty interesting, whatever it is. Probably wouldn't want to be in the middle of it. Whatever it is. It's pretty crazy looking. So you got that clip there. And like I said, I've been seeing a lot of really weird weather patterns. I showed one on top of a mountain. Extremely strange. I don't want to pull that. I don't even have that one up. Man. It was basically, it looked like when you look in the summertime, you're looking down in the pool and you see like the weird lighting from the sort of the ripples in the water on the bottom of the pool. It looked like that, but in the sky, and had all these weird like honeycomb ripples in the clouds. I guess it's the clouds or something in the mountain. It looked very weird. I had never seen anything like that. You might want to check out my old video for it. I don't want to sit here and spend 5 minutes trying to look it up because I got a bunch of other ones to show you anyways. We got this one. Really loud music, but you got this one here. I thought these look very strange as well. I noticed of recent a bunch of very bizarre looking new cloud formations and things I'd never seen before popping up in basically around July and August in my feed. And some are saying it's because something got shut down. I'm not saying that's what it is, but something to think about. I think you might know what I'm referring to. Something that got shut down. People tend to relate it to, of course, the Mandela effect. You know, I don't know. I mean, here's another one, a brand new one I hadn't seen before. So I had the one on the front end there in the Arctic, looked really strange. This is supposed to be a common cloud, but I don't recall ever seeing clouds like this ever in my life. This is yet another one. I had never shown this before. Have you seen clouds like this before? This is supposed to be normal. I looked it up. I'll show you it in a second here. It's supposed to be a common, or not necessarily common, but it's something that's well known. That's weird looking, isn't it? I don't remember seeing clouds ever looking like this. Maybe I've just been living in a box and I just didn't notice stuff. I don't know, man. I looked it up and it said it's a common. It's called. Here's the name. Espiritas clouds. Like, I don't remember hearing of Espiritas clouds when I was in school. I don't remember ever hearing of this before. Okay, let's go here. Whoops, that didn't work. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go here. There we go. Okay. Rare dramatic formations that look like turbulent, choppy ocean surface viewed from underwater. Wow, dude. Look at that. Crazy. Maybe I have seen this before. I think I might have seen this before. It must be just extremely rare. These are some weird clouds. I'm not sure if I've seen them before or not. I remember seeing brown clouds before, but not like this. They were a different shape. I don't know if I've ever seen these before. Have you guys ever seen these before? It looks bizarre. Right? Look at this one. Look how bright and vibrant this is. This is crazy. I don't remember ever seeing clouds like this that were this bright and vibrant in color. Look at that. Did something change in our reality? I don't know, man. I'm starting to think so. Got all these weird videos left and right. We have also numerous UFO sightings. I'm not even talking about those, but actually I'm going to get into that now a little bit. Here we have, by this time, this is like a boring one. This is like that's what's so funny about it. Like, I remember in the old days, it's like you almost could hardly get any photos of UFOs. Now it's like every day you open up your X feed, there's like a million. And there's like really bizarre ones now. Like you never saw anything like that in the past. This is like a boring one now. Like,
¿No es avión?
it's boring because it's like a dot.
¡Oh, chucha! ¡Se fue una!
But it's shot up. I mean, that's not boring.
¡Quedó otra! No
But it's back. Well, okay, I guess that is weird. I thought it just shot up and that's it. Oh my goodness, it's still there?
Ven a ver.
Okay, that's like a magic trick right there.
¿Dónde está? Arriba, arriba.
What the hell? Oh my... See what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, Dude, whatever happened to normal UFOs? Now we got weird stuff like this. It's like playing games and stuff. What? Dude, what's good? Is this AI? Come on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's AI or not. That's another annoying factor to this whole thing. Is like, you don't know if it's AI half the time. That's another factor. It's so annoying. Okay, Las Vegas, alien backyard incident back in April 30th, May 1st, 2023. Remember we covered that way back when? UFO seen landing or crashing, and then someone said he saw somebody inside, like an alien or something come out. You remember that whole thing? This is Angel Kenmore's account of what happened that night. Then my brother calls me, look, behind the forklift. Then I see an alien. Now, remember this whole thing? So we're going to go over this clip here, and then we'll go over to the new one. Something he just put out recently. Apparently, the guy where it happened in his backyard.
Shockwave. I see big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a shockwave. When I tried to look at the object, it was all blurry, and I hear thousands of footsteps around me. At this point, we all freaking out, me and my family. Then my brother calls me, look behind the forklift, and then I see the alien. It was a tall, skinny, lengthy creature, a gray-greenish color, and he has a weird-looking feet, and I could hear his loud, deep breathing, and I could see his stomach moving, and a big face, and eyes, and you can see a big mouth. And when I looked at it in the eyes, my body just froze. The same experience as having sleep paralysis. Seconds later, I could start moving again, and I start running towards the house.
Only in Las Vegas, right? I mean, this is kind of the stuff we saw back then, but actually not just Las Vegas. We had Miami Mall as well. You remember the whole Miami Mall aliens? That was around that time too, wasn't it? The Miami Mall aliens. Let me go look that up real quick. Miami Mall aliens. That was 2024. Okay, that was a little bit later. When was that? New Year's Day. It was on New Year's Day 2024. It was on New Year's Day? January 1st, 2024. Oh, they decided to show up for the new year. I guess that's what it was. Yeah. So You had this one back in 2023. What was it? September, I think he said. And then you had that one 3 months later in the Miami Mall. Now here is a video of the same guy apparently. And he's talking about what's happening at his house now. What are we, a year or two later, right? While I was in another room, my brother called me in the room. There was an upside down cross, and there was a Jesus statue on it. They ripped out of it and threw across the room. It was floating upside down. So this is the one after the Las Vegas UFO. This is the same guy apparently. And this is a couple years later. All right, let's just check this out. Let's play this really quick. Let's see what he says.
Paranormal activity. What exactly did you see?
Well, I was in the other room. My brother called me, and there was a upside down cross, and there was a Jesus statue in it. They ripped Jesus out of it. They threw him like across the room, and it was floating upside down. A Bible just going like this, flipping the pages, but it was like steady. Like it wasn't because of the air. It was steady. Like somebody was holding it. As soon as I got close to it, it dropped again. We had a couple priests come over to the house, pray over the house, and they're saying that it might be fallen angels, like demons or fallen angels, something like that.
Are you connecting all these things together? Everything you saw?
Bro, what the world? So this is the same guy with the same backyard where this, incident happened back in 2023. This is fast forward a couple years, actually almost 2 years exactly. And he's got upside down crosses floating in his room and Bibles opening up and pages flying. And apparently it took the Jesus off the statue, didn't like him, and threw him across the room too. So probably not good. Probably not good, okay? When you start seeing crosses floating upside down and Jesus is being ripped off him and throwing across the room, probably something's wrong. You might want to get an exorcist there. I don't know. Oh, bad joke. So, I mean, obviously it's not a joke. It's serious, actually. I definitely want to get some priests over there, some exorcists over there, fix that little problem there. Definitely something stayed around afterwards. And this actually relates to the whole Skinwalker Ranch thing, which we talked about before on a previous video, that the owner of that place, the new owner, he's owned it for 10 years, remained quiet for a long time, but recently he came out in interviews and he was talking about how he thinks all this stuff is connected. He came to that conclusion, and he's not even a believer. Well, not the standard type. He connected all these things together because he said that they would see like UFOs at this ranch, and then if people came and visited the ranch, something would follow them home, and they would either see a cryptid or a ghost or some weird UFO. It seemed like it was almost all, of course, connected. Maybe there is a connection here. I don't know. And so I thought this was really an interesting story that the same guy from 2 years ago was talking about upside down crosses floating in his room now, and had to have a couple priests come over and do a few exorcisms. Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy if you ask me. Definitely want to make sure to stay up in the word there, bro, and get your soul on track there too, if it's not already. At any rate, so you got that story. We got a lot of weird clips. You got this UFO here. This is kind of interesting. It's a little blurry, but you can see some really interesting stuff in it. This is in Brazil. Okay, let's just play this. Let's see, zoom in a little bit more. Like, you can see the lights going in and out. That's what's kind of weird about it. Like, now is this some of our own tech, or is this like something else? Look at that. Like it's pulsating to keep itself the same like position or something, or move. Huh. Is that it? It's like you stepped into the Twilight Zone here, my friends. Reminds me of that saying in it, like you're what does it say? You're stepping into something that's not real but real. I don't remember how it goes. The Twilight Zone intro words. You're stepping into something, right? What did it say? You're stepping. I thought it says you're stepping into something. No? No, it isn't. Unlock the door with the key of the imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of light, mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance. That kind of fits. Of things and ideas you've crossed over in the twilight zone. It's kind of like in between. I thought there was something about. Yeah, I thought you were like there was more to it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's like a longer version of that. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering what you guys think about all this. Obviously, it's rather curious that the same guy that had this UFO land in his yard back 2 years ago is now, with this new video come out, saying something strange was in his house, causing things to float. Obviously, like I said, a lot of people think these things are connected, right? People speculate this. And you have here the guy that owns Skinwalker Ranch talking about how a lot of these things seem to be connected. You got cryptids, you got ghostly figures or dark shadows. The paranormal activity on Skinwalker Ranch is increasing. It's kind of crazy, right? Check this out.
Between Gwen Sherman and Garth Myers shortly after their acquisition and them being terrorized. When she confronted Garth and said, "Why didn't you tell us about this?" Garth Myers.
So she's talking about people that actually went there, and then afterwards they went home and something followed them home. Spiritually, paranormally, whatever you want to call it.
Apparently responded saying, "I thought it would leave you alone." I've seen this.
See what I mean? Like, so this is kind of weird because they'll see random stuff, cryptids, UFOs, or ghosts. I mean, come on, really? Like random? So it seems like the line is being, you used to keep these things completely and utterly separate, but now people are putting them together and talking about them as if they're all related. And it makes you wonder, right? You have here also Jesse Michaels, just recently on Joe Rogan. An astronomer quietly published the strongest evidence of UFOs ever. It's peer reviewed. So this is what's so weird about it, because I believe UFOs are physical, real objects. And you actually have evidence of them. And here you have Jesse Michaels proving it. Okay, if she proves this to be true, this is not only a Copernican level discovery, it's greater than that. Beatrice Virao discovered 100,000 light-reflecting objects on astronomical plates of the night sky from Palomar Observatory, I can't talk for some reason, between 1947 and 1957. And she calls them transients, which are light-reflecting mirror-like objects probably in geostationary orbit. And this is before Sputnik, before a man-made satellite was ever in space. It gets crazier because a PhD from Vanderbilt University named Stephen Brule then correlated these transients. They show up more around nuclear detonations, nuclear tests. Oh, that's weird. And you have people like Brian Keating and Sabine Hossenfelder, who are conventional physicists who are like, we don't really have a perfect debunk on this. Then there's a former NASA astronomer. I think she's on YouTube. I think I covered that. I think I literally covered that video in a former video. You have an astronomer named Ivo Busco who showed that some of these transients have, it's called a coma, which looks like a little comet tail and transient. All right, let's just play this real quick.
The plates have basically this emulsion that's sensitive to light, so that, basically when light goes through, the optical circuitry of the telescope and then it hits the plate, you see like stars and planets and all sorts of things. You have a record of what's in the sky, right? And she saw 105,000 what she calls transients, which are light-reflecting mirror-like objects, probably in geostationary orbit, which is
That's crazy. And this is all back before we even had anything in space. And I'm curious about this. Transients, 1950s. I can't spell UFO. Let's see what we got here. We got any articles on this? Scientific American. Okay. UFOs are just one explanation for mysterious patterns in old telescope data. So they think it could be something else. Could these mysterious flashes of light in the 1950s photos be UFOs? They're in a line too. That's kind of weird. 1950s. This is from space.com. 1950s mysterious flash of light were captured in photographic plates taken at the Palomar Observatory in California. So they have these weird things showing up way before we even had anything in space. Could this actually be evidence as well? I'm kind of wondering what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.